Hi everyone, this is Chaz, and this is my video journal for Friday, August the 10th, 2012. It's been a couple days since my last video journal, so I wanted to let you all know about some things that have happened just in the past couple of days. First off, today was my last day of work at the convenience store. And now that I am officially no longer an employee there, I can say the name of the store. I worked at a place called Motomart. This was a planned departure. I moved to Chicago next Friday, and I didn't want to spend my last week in Belleville when I should be packing and trying to sell stuff, trying to juggle work schedules. So I made my last available work day the 11th, and today was the last day that I was scheduled. So today was my last day of work. And it was like any other work day, although it was pretty actually chaotic. They've hired a new person, a new employee by the name of Julie. And Julie, I would have to say, is probably late 50s, maybe even as far as her mid-60s. And she has never worked in a retail or cash handling situation before. So she's an older woman who isn't that versed with technology, and everything we use is touchscreen and technologically relevant, and she also doesn't have experience using a cash register or handling cash. So her first day was yesterday, and in, I guess, what is true Motomart fashion, or at least for that store, true Motomart fashion, the way they train you on how to be a cashier is they pretty much just throw you in. There really isn't a whole lot of training, and she's supposed to be trained for 3 days. She should have a trainer for 3 days, but she was pretty much up there with just me. Well, I'm not a trainer. If I was supposed to train her, then there should train her. Then there should have been another another cashier to help customers instead of just her and I. So things were constantly getting very hectic. I didn't get a chance to do the cigarette count until pretty much the very end of my shift. Same with trash, same with a lot of the other things that the cashiers are supposed to do. But today was my last day, and nothing, there were no, I said goodbye to people, and I let people know that I wasn't going to be around, and so handed in my name tag. But I still have 4 lovely Motomart shirts that I get to keep and continue to pay for. Which apparently they'll be taking the remainder of what is owed for the shirts out of my last paycheck, which I think is going to be like $14, $15. It's not that much. So that was one of the things that happened today, was that it was my last day of work. Another thing that's going on is, as you know or may know from watching some of my previous videos, I am trying to sell some of my furniture. I'm trying to sell my king-size bed. I'm trying to sell my dining room set. I've got a coffee table and end tables that I'm trying to sell. I've got a washer-dryer that I'm trying to sell. I had what I thought was a really good prospect on buying the dining room table and chairs. I'm asking $250 for this 9-piece solid wood dining room set. And this person a couple days ago called, said that she definitely wanted it, that her and her husband were going to come down tomorrow and buy it. And she called today and left a message on my my voicemail and said that she and her husband had discussed it, and they're not going to buy the dining room set. So, I was kind of, looking forward to getting rid of it, but we'll see what happens. I still have a week. I've got ads up on Craigslist. Maybe someone else will want to buy it. I've got someone coming Sunday to potentially buy the bed, which I'm asking $450 for. So we'll see what kind of negotiating we can do with regards to getting the bed sold, because I'd really like to get about $400, $425, maybe $450 for the bed. And then there's the coffee table and end tables, and the washer and dryer, which I haven't gotten any interests in yet. So we'll see what happens. My mother is coming down from Springfield early next week, and she's going to help me pack. So I've got a list of things that I'm going to take that have to be packed and gotten ready for loading onto the truck, because this time next Friday, I will be in Chicago. I will hopefully be in Chicago, and everything will be out of the moving vans. or the U-Haul or pickup trucks or whatever we are transporting my stuff in. So that is what I'm doing. Next Friday I will be officially a resident of Chicago, which will give me a week to get some mail delivered so that I can prove that I'm a resident of Chicago, so I can get my driver's license changed, I can get my voter registration done, I can get a Chicago City Library card, etc., etc., etc. And on that note, I didn't do a video yesterday, but yesterday, the 9th, marked 2 months since David left. 2 months since David moved to Chicago. I still have not actually spoken to him. I have not gotten any text messages. All I have gotten is a small handful of emails. He says that he's going to come down next Friday when I move to help. I hope he is coming down to be helpful and not to be spiteful and try and figure out, make sure I'm not taking stuff that belongs to him or, what have you. I'd like to think he's gonna be nice, but we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what's going on. The cats will be going to live with my mother next week when she comes down to help me move after we're done, or help me pack after we're done with that. When she goes back to Springfield, she will take the cats with her. So I've only got a few more days left with my 2 kitties. But they'll be going to a good home, and I'll see them when I go visit my parents in Springfield. Let's see, it is State Fair time in Springfield, my hometown, so for those of you who are watching from Springfield, go out and enjoy a corn dog and some french fries and some Tom Thumb donuts for me, because I'm not going to be there. But that's okay. So that's really all that's going on. Still losing weight. I was down to 297 this morning. Still crying almost on a daily basis. Hence why my Facebook picture hasn't changed, because I haven't had 3 days in a row without crying. I think I've had, I think I've only had 1 day in a row without crying. Periods of 1 day, scattered around. But I'm assuming once I get to Chicago and once I am enmeshed in the busyness of trying to live and figure out how things are going to work out there, then won't have as much time to brood and to be sad. So that's what's going on. As usual, if you have any questions or comments or topics that you'd like to see discussed in a future video journal, feel free to leave a comment here on YouTube or on Facebook or on Google+. This is Chaz signing out and reminding you to take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Bye.